Hello my friends, Virus here, and it seems that Genki is showing off accessories for the Switch 2 before Nintendo even announces the Switch 2. That's what they showed off at CES today. And here's a little video. I'm gonna just go through it. I've already seen this, so I'm gonna mute it. And this seems to be the first, solid look that we can get at the Switch 2. Granted, this, again, is just a promo for their, for the accessory for the Switch 2, but we get a pretty good look at the build of the console. So as you can see, this is part of the Joy-Con, and a little bit too far. And it comes off from the inside. It doesn't have a little pin at the top that you and it doesn't have a rail system. It pops off of the console rather than slide off of it. And we can even see some of the internals of this system, where this is probably gonna be how you pair it. These two buttons are probably gonna be very similar to SL and SR on the normal Joy-Cons. And then there's this that keeps flashing red. There are rumors speculating that that could be an optical sensor, like the one I have on my mouse right now, and that could point towards a specific kind of gimmick, which is pretty cool, all things considered. But this is, again, probably the most solid evidence of what the Switch 2 looks like. Again, because this is an official product, promo by Genki, because it's just for their grip and stuff like that. But of course, to be able to make stuff for the console, they would obviously have to have a console to work with, or a dev kit. So yes, this is most likely what the Switch 2 will look like. I almost didn't make this video just because I didn't want to try to make it clickbaity, but this looks very real. And then it just pops back onto what seems to be a grip, and this doesn't really seem like an official Nintendo grip. It just seems like what the manufacturer has on hand. But it just clicks into a grip, and maybe we'll see something kind of like the Joy-Con grip that we got with our first Switch. Something like this, maybe, where it just pops into place, though. And I gotta say, this might just be for this demonstration, but I'm liking the sleek colors of the thumbsticks. Not necessarily the thumbsticks, but the area around the thumbsticks. I kind of like that. I like that a lot. And as we keep going, we see a little bit more of the console. It's definitely as sleek as the Switch is, most likely. But we also have this on the top, and I wonder if that's maybe to transfer stuff on the Switch. Maybe this is just how we can charge our Switch when we're not using it in docked mode. Who knows? This is, of course, going to be this might be the headphone jack right here, but this is definitely where you're going to put the games in, which is pretty cool. And we also have that little button again that we keep seeing, that I haven't covered any other Switch 2 stuff like this thus far, but this looks very concrete, and I wanted to cover this. This little button, which is under what presumably will be the home button if we're looking at the normal Switch and comparing it to that. I don't know what, nobody really knows what this is yet, obviously, but I have a theory that the button underneath the home button is going to be something similar to the PlayStation button, where you can press it and go to a PlayStation party or an Xbox Live party. I wonder if we're going to get a system similar to that, where we can invite people to Nintendo parties, and then we can chat with them like that. Or we can invite people to games, or maybe it'll be a whole Switch Online HUD thing, kind of Xbox Live and PSN. That's my best theory. That is my best theory. And of course, this is the grill grate on top for the fan to shoot out hot air. And as we keep going, we see more of it. This might even be the headphone. I don't know. This might be the headphone jack. That might be. Maybe there's two headphone jacks. I don't know. But obviously, if we keep going down, this is our volume, plus and minus, to adjust the volume on the console. And this is, of course, probably the power button, if we're comparing it to the other Switch, of course. We keep going, and then we see the other Joy-Con. I am liking this. I really hope that these sticks are Hall effect sticks. If you don't know what Hall effect technology is, it's instead of using the graphite pads to detect inputs on the current Switch Joy-Con, it uses magnets or magnetic plates, something like that, to read the inputs. And in theory, it hasn't. I don't know if the technology's been researched enough. I'm sure it has if it's on the market. But in theory, it should give you a driftless joystick. So if that's the case, they really need to make this Joy-Con compatible with the Switch 1, because that might save them in these ongoing battles with this lawsuit. But only time will tell. And of course, this grip on the side and some of this around the console is, of course, part of Genki's mock-up for its accessory. So this whole this shoulder and some of this shelling is just the grip for the Switch. And if you don't know who Genki is, they've made a lot of Nintendo Switch accessories. Most notably, one of them is a Bluetooth adapter. Before the Switch had native Bluetooth that wasn't connected to the controllers. You could pair other things to it. And they've also made capture cards for the Switch, as well as mini docks. most notably like the Genki Shadowcast, Shadowcast 2, and Shadowcast 2 Pro, which I currently use a Genki Shadowcast 2 Pro to record my Nintendo Switch Let's Plays. So this is coming from them. And if we keep going, that's the best look that we have gotten probably thus far. Like, obviously you can tell like this casing is completely for the accessory that they're making. This isn't exactly what the Switch 2 is going to look like, although the unit looks pretty similar. The bezel might be able to be a little bit smaller, but it looks pretty dang big. That screen definitely looks bigger than perhaps the OLED screen, and definitely bigger than the OG Switch. I actually have the launch Switch, and it has a pretty small bezel. But it works for me. I still have the very first Switch that ever came out. It's not the upgraded Switch that has the better battery life or anything. It's just the normal Switch. But this bezel definitely looks really nice. And I think it's going to give us a really nice screen, especially if it's an OLED screen. I'm sure it will be. But this will definitely give us a really nice viewing experience, especially in handheld mode. I don't know why I said especially, because it's really the only way you'd be able to experience that screen. And then we get to the back. Of course, again, this backing is all part of the accessory from Genki, I'm sure, or the manufacturer. And it looks like we might have like a stand kind of like the Switch OLED, where it's like one big stand on the back. I'm not sure if you'll be able to access this stand in this case, but I'm guessing that's what we have back here. And then, of course, it shows off all the different grips that you'll be able to put on the accessory, and this is huge. And actually looking at it a bit more, these do look like normal Joy-Con sticks, but let's hope that the technology inside is Hall Effect. So of course we have like the home, the capture button, the D-pad, or the buttons, plus and minus, the buttons for like A, B, X, and Y, and we have the home and that weird button. Maybe it's to turn the sensor on, maybe, I don't know. But then we see it lower into the dock, and we see, I really hope this picks up on video, we see Switch 2. I think that all but confirms that it is actually going to be called the Switch 2. And I actually have a video coming up on the name Switch 2 as a concept. That video will probably come out next week. And who knows, maybe the Switch 2 will be revealed next week. But we obviously have a look at the dock. It's very clean, it's curved, it's not really like the current dock that we have for our Switches. It's slightly similar to the Switch OLED dock, albeit just a little bit sleeker looking. And that was it. This comes from Central Leaks on Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that. This is just what was shown off by Genki. And apparently there were stuff in like displays, which is interesting. And did they get permission from Nintendo to do this? Like, I feel like this looks more like a trailer just for like the Switch 2. It doesn't really look like a trailer for the accessory, which I feel bad because I'm sure they put a lot of time and care into making sure this accessory like looked really good. But it more so looks like it's a trailer for the Switch 2, and and I kind of feel bad about that because I feel like people are going to be paying attention more to the actual Switch 2 than the accessory, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I can't believe they actually were able to show this off. Like, I thought that they would have to wait for like at least Nintendo's approval, or just like wait for the Switch 2 to be revealed. But no, this is just like an official, both officially and unofficially a reveal for the Switch 2. One, officially because it's an official product and it's probably licensed by Nintendo, but it's not being like showcased by Nintendo, so it's like not official. It's so weird. But yeah, this is probably the best look at the Switch 2 that we have, and I'm really excited to see when this is revealed. They did say that this will be coming out around the same time, like as the Switch 2, parenthesis, like quote unquote in April, which is an insane turnaround time, especially if they reveal it like this month. That's like 3 months away. That's insane. Like, even with like the Switch 1, I think they revealed it in like October, and they're like, hey, it's coming in March. Like, this looks crazy. And I don't think they would show off an accessory for a console that's like fake. This definitely is a very, very real Switch 2. And I'm really excited to see. I'm guessing it's going to cost like $400, $450, if like at the absolute highest. But if it's at $450, it better be able to like clean my car and like do my dishes. But all joking aside, it most likely will be placed at $400, or at least maybe $375. I'm mainly going off of the price of the Switch OLED because it's basically the same kind of Switch, just like with an OLED screen. And it's kind of the same thing as just the regular Switch, just like with an OLED screen. I'm rather redundant there. So I can definitely see them putting this at like at least $375. $450 at the most, preferably $400. I'd prefer it if it was just, $300 again, but it'll definitely be more powerful considering the rumors that we've been hearing about it. If this is as powerful as a PS4 Pro or more powerful, I feel like they're going to be pushing a pretty penny for this. But what do you guys think of this reveal? Let me know down in the comments below, and comment down below what you would like to see as a Switch 2 launch title. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell so you never miss any virus content or any Switch 2 updates if I can find them. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Virus out.